guys, Jill here, and thank you for joining me for the third part of my video series with Christmas cards. And today I actually have two different cards for you. Same technique, same layout, just different image. So today we're using this stamp set, and it is a Stampendous set. It was actually retired and looks like it was brought back. And I saw this set at Michael's early in the season and I grabbed it. So it's really cute because you can really just make whatever you want with these images. So it is kind of fun because you have a head, a jacket, for most of them, and feet, and then a few greetings. So here are some ideas. Like the deer was suggested to be used with this jacket, but I gave it the Santa jacket. So it could be a lot of fun, and I had plans to do the penguin with this jacket. But what I did with the deer is I nestled it way down in, but this little guy I put a little bit higher and gave him a smile and just used a Sharpie pen. So it's a lot of fun. And I have another set of cards that kind of churning around in my head with this one. So I have plans with it. And this one is called Snowy Short Stack. And the greeting I used is from the Lost and Found Christmas set. And this one's from My Mind's Eye, and it's just called Christmas Stamps. It's pretty old, so I just used that one because these two are separate. And I really liked how that came out. And I did use some scraps, these two die cuts. And so I will start showing you the products as we go through, but let's first do the coloring. I use my Zig Clean Color real brush tip markers. I'm in love with how fine of details you can get with these. So I'm going to show you the coloring. Okay, so most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to come in with some of the beige along the edges as well as some of the highlight points and go ahead and then blend that out. I did add some of the light pink to the cheeks really high up because that's where the drawing dictates. And then that's where I'm pulling all of the color out with the lightest color here. These markers blend really, really well. This is on the Bristol paper. Now I'm coming in with the pale green and the May green. And again, pretty self-explanatory. This light source is just coming straight on. I didn't add any shadows. I just like how bright the images just stood there. I just didn't even think of adding shadows, honestly. So here again, I'm just adding some of the darker color to the edges and blending it out with the lighter color. These are pretty small images, so I only went with the two colors. I did, like on the face, as you saw, 3 colors, but really this image didn't need a lot of colors. And I didn't use any water, as you can see. They're really, again, just a little bit of blending. Now most of the time I came in with my darker color and blended with the lighter color, but here I didn't even blend. I just added a little light color and then just feathered over the darker color over top of the lighter color to leave some little brush strokes. So now we're coming in with the light brown. I didn't even blend. I just put a little darker second coat on some of the areas. And then, of course, here's the pinks and really the reds with that little bit of the light carmine. And again, a little bit of that lighter color than the darker color for some of the flicking technique or the feathering, whatever you want to call it. just coming in without any blending whatsoever. So this image was really fast and easy to color. So now I'm coming in with the light gray, and I'm actually just doing little swirls. And those, you can see I'm holding my pen different. And then I'm coming in with my clear Wink Stella over top of those and just kind of dabbing it on. And this is my homemade version of it, where I just add in some paint. Sorry about that. That was my alarm. Wonderful. Okay, and then I added the black glaze to the eyes. Now this is my Pilot Gold marker medium point pen. As you can see, I had a boo-boo. I set it aside to dry a moment, and then I'll come back in and fix that. And this is the greeting, the Happy Holidays. I used my VersaFine Onyx Black. And there is the pre-cut image. Now I'm going to go off screen, and I am so sorry about this for the assembly of the card. It happens right about here when I go to fix the image. So I cut it down just a little bit, and I came back in with the Pilot marker. And this is the, excuse me. Okay. That was the Tombow mono adhesive. I find it to be a really good glue for adding layers together, especially like that glitter paper. The glitter paper is really hard to adhere. Okay, so here's the gold pen again. What I do is I run it along the edge, putting more pressure on the background piece of paper, and usually I have a really good time with it. That boo-boo you saw, that's really one in probably 100 images, if even that. So by putting more pressure on the background paper and just running it along the edge, I have very good success with it. So as you can see, I lined all of the edges with that marker, and it comes in gold and silver, and I get those at my local art store, Sam Flax. And there's another version of that one that comes in copper called Pen Touch, and also the silver and the gold. It has that same tip. So really I'm just putting the card together, and I show everything up there. And like I said, I'm sorry I went out of screen. But so I used some ribbon, and I used the mono adhesive here, and I used a little on each edge of the ribbon, kind of underneath it, to hold it so that there was no frayed edges. I find that technique works great. You can really use any good wet glue to do that. Now I used the mono to attach the main image at first. And then I realized with the ribbon there, it wasn't going to stick. So here's another boo-boo you get to see. I went ahead and I added foam tape because with the ribbon, it just wasn't going to stick there. So I wanted to keep this one flat as opposed to the first three that I did, because when I'm filming these videos, I end up having multiple cards. Okay, so here's a placement tool that I have from Stampin' Up. It's several years old, and I use this to get my eyelets in the perfect spot. So I've been using up my eyelets, and here's the Crop-A-Dile 2 I use to punch the holes for the eyelets, and I also use it to set the eyelets. And I just use gold eyelets, and then I attach this to the card front. So that's the end of the card. As always, I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.